live, and then you go ahead and share your screen when you're ready.
All right. Share screen. Here we go. Okay. Boom. You able to see it?
Boom. Yes, we are in. All right. Thank you so much, Ricardo, for jumping on here to show us this. Oh my goodness, I love your sales process as well. For those who have watched your Zoom from the past, and now we have another really great carrier here, and I love that you have written with them before. So I just love the process of going through, and finding all of those tips and tricks, the sales process, but also actually how to write it. So if you haven't written with them before, you're not fumbling around. You can find what is familiar, what may not be. So thanks so much, Ricardo. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, basically, it's I don't know how you're going to start. It's just United Home Life. So if we're doing final expense, so basically the process is pretty simple, just like any other quote. So when you log in, it says start a quote, right? So you're just gonna start a
Mm-hmm.
quote, and then when you get a live quote, so you're just gonna put their date of birth, or you can use their age instead if you want to, right? If you're doing date of birth, you should just use their age, state, sex, right? Tobacco
Mm-hmm.
user, and then the product. This is where you can find a different type of products. You see, like final expense and the provider whole life. It's just a regular whole life insurance, just a regular whole life, right? That's the
Mm-hmm.
provider whole life, and you have a term policy, and you have the protector D. Now, protector is like accidental, the accidental death benefit.
Mm.
That's kind of like cheaper. So if you want to sell an accidental death benefit, you can do that with the protector AD, right? That's just more like accidental
Mm.
death benefit. Accidental death benefit is kind of like cheaper in a way, right? For people who just want accidental
Mhm.
death benefit. So let's say you have somebody who can get qualified, or they qualify for a little, they want more coverage for accidental. I mean, you can do like a mix combination of maybe final expense and accidental death, because they can get a $300,000, $100,000 for like $40, $50 a month. Because that's accidental death, right? So you can mix
Mhm.
them up. But since we're talking about final expense, so let me just add like any date of birth, right? I'll say, I don't know, just throw any date of birth, 11/04, 1950, right? For example, 75.
Mhm.
So put the state. So these all the state there, you have to be, you can write
Oh, look,
policy
they have
with.
California. That's great.
Yeah, they also have California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, all the major, like even New Jersey. Not Sometimes they have stuff for New York as well. It depends on the product. For New York, it depends on the product. But so I'm just gonna put Florida, since I'm in Florida, just to have an example. And male tobacco user, right? If the tobacco user, yes or no, just put no. So we don't do final expense, right? And then that's what
Mhm.
we're focused on now. So final expense, and you click next. It's that simple. So they're asking for the first amount. You can look by the first amount. They have a minimum of $2,000 range for final expense, up to $50,000, which is good because most
Mhm.
other final expense companies, they go up to 40,000, I believe. Let me see, 40,000, yeah, for most of them. So they go up to $50,000. So the minimum is 2,000. Just like what is it? Continental, I think they start $2,000 too.
Mm.
So they start at $2,000. So most carriers, Sean, they
Mhm.
started at 5,000, right? For most carriers,
Mm. Okay, good to know.
right?
Okay.
But
Thank
then they
you.
start from $2,000, right? $2,000. So
Okay.
if they're looking for cremation, they don't want something higher, right? You can do two,
Yeah.
3,000. It doesn't have to be 5,000 minimum, right? So you can look by the first amount, or you can look by the premium, however you want to do it. So let's say we do 10,000, right?
Mhm.
And then add also a child rider, just like any other policy, and accidental death can be added as well. However you want to play with that. So
Interesting.
right now,
Okay.
let's just leave it the way it is. Yeah, just calculate. And then boom. Now, when it says premium, it's gonna be between $114.86 up to $190 for that $10,000. The reason to say that, it depends on what bracket they qualify for. If they qualify as a preferred, modified, they have different bracket, right? So this is how it's gonna look like for $10,000. So you're just gonna look view all product before you qualify now. Before you hit qualify now, because you're gonna do the application, you just click on view all products details. Boom, here we go. For $10,000, this is how it's gonna look like for a client. So if they qualify for the express issue whole life, which is a final expense product, so it's gonna be around that range, right? $181. Now, this policy right here, if they qualify for that, basically they have to have, this is for like clients who have more significant health issues, you
Okay.
know.
So this
So
is like a graded product, right? So is this
yeah,
like combined where you have where you automatically have a variety of policies that you can give. So if they don't qualify for preferred, they immediately can get a different whatever they qualify
right.
for.
They will give you that, and then you let the customer know, hey, this is what you qualify for. They will give, hey, she doesn't qualify for that, or he doesn't qualify for that. This is what you qualify
Mm,
for. They give you immediate response.
nice.
Also. So up to 121. So now this is a graded product, right? So in year
Mhm.
one, so for the policy for year one, the interest rate is 12%. So for policy year two, it's 24%. So this is what they pay, right? So if you pass away, they will give you, um, during the first 2 years, right? You get paid all the
Mhm.
premium plus 12% of that premium that they pay. And the second year, they give them 24% of
Mm.
that premium that they pay plus the actual premium. But if they die after 2 years, right, just like any other
Mhm.
policy, the third, the year three, then they get the full death benefit, unless if they die due to an accident in process here. Now, with this policy, they also have other benefits included on it. I always tell people, tell the client everything that's included, not just selling them life insurance, just tell them the extra perks, right? The extra benefits that's including the policy for them. Like they have identity theft benefit that waives premium for 3 months if the insured identity has been stolen. Just tell them, hey, identity theft is, you also have that included in your policy as well. Okay, if your identity has been stolen, they will help you out. They have extended hospital stay benefit.
Oh,
Premiums are waived for the first 3 months if the insured is confined to a hospital for 20 or more consecutive days. A lot of these clients, they're on Medicare. They're on
mhm.
Medicare, right? As seniors, they're on Medicare. So if you tell them that, they're on Medicare plan, so they can waive their premium for them if they are in a hospital for 20 more consecutive days. That's the
Mm.
extended hospital stay.
Got
So
it.
this is part of the benefit as well. So, I mean, when you do the application, just throw that in there, right? Not just the cash value and everything, just add those extra perks, right? Just a little
Mhm.
extra details as well. Let them know this is also included. And of
Nice.
course, they have the accidental death benefit. Now, this is what they can qualify for. It depends on let me see, on the range. Hold on. Or, they may end up qualify for the express issue deluxe. That's how they call it. So this product is for like people who have like diabetes. So they like, for insulin dependent individuals who have diabetes and stuff. So that's gonna be their range for that amount, about $135 for that same $10,000.
Okay.
Or they may end up qualify. So basically, they qualify for one of those. Now, this one here, the Express Premier, this is for people with just a little minor health issues, not big major health issues. So I
Mhm.
guess when they pull up their medical record, right, their database, then
Mhm.
they will be able to know, right? But they're gonna fall within those range. Now, this is the guaranteed issue product. So
Mm.
no now the guarantee, you see, now the guaranteed product, it looks similar to the Express Issue Whole Life a little bit.
Mhm.
The only difference is with the guaranteed, it's just a guarantee. So there's no medical exam or health questions required, right? There's none of that. The only difference is that the interest they give them is 8% for the first 2 years. You see what it
Mm,
says?
okay.
For policy years
Yeah.
1 and 2, the interest rate is 8%.
Mhm.
So if they pass away the first 2 year, right, they get the premium paid. I mean, the beneficiary get the full premium, right, plus eight
Mhm.
percent. That's it.
Got it. Got it.
But if they end up qualifying for the express issue whole life, which kind of like looks similar. The only difference is the interest rate is higher on this one, but there's still medical questions you have to ask them on the application, and also this one has the extra benefits that the guarantee doesn't. You know that the identity theft, right? The
Mhm.
extended hospital stay. So if they end up qualify for that, then that's what they get.
Got
Okay.
it.
Um, what else here? Let me see. Yeah, so the I mean the cheapest one, which is the preferred one, that's the Express issue Premier. That's like 114 bucks, like right? For example, look at that. So that's
Mhm.
the cheapest one. So the Express issue Premier is the cheapest. After that is the Deluxe, is the second one here. And then the third one is this one. And so they have four different product they can they can end up qualify for basically.
Nice.
You submit
Nice.
the application. You see what I mean? So that's gonna be between that. So hopefully your clients end up,
Mm.
if they do a 10,000, for example, you want to get them the cheapest rate, right? Of course, but
Mhm.
hopefully that's what happened. But at least they go up to $2,000. So if you do 2,000, for example, which is the minimum,
Good. So at least they can get something if, that's
something,
within
something.
their budget. And I remember you had a really excellent way of, saying
Yes,
your
yes,
blending. Can you tell me
yes.
a little bit how you approach that range when you're on the phone with a client and when you get to that segment of your, presentation?
Yes. So always ask the questions with the clients. Like, I know all you guys work on a buffer time. So
Mhm.
use that opportunity to find out if the client, if it's gonna be a sell or not. I'm not saying it's gonna be a sell, but at
Mhm.
least you have an idea. Well, this client, maybe I have 80 to 90% chance of closing the clients based on how
Mhm.
they answer the first preliminary questions, right? When you ask them if they sound serious or not, because you don't want to go to the call and you find out that I don't want to use the word the BSing, right?
Mhm.
So
Then you're not
that's why I ask those questions. So, hey, be very simple. Hey, hi, this is John, whatever. Thanks for calling, whatever. If you want to say your name, say your name. My name is this. I
Mhm.
can, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? They give you the name. Hey, how you feeling today? Start a conversation like a regular person. I'm feeling great. Awesome, awesome. Well, before we get started, John, I need to ask you a few pre-qualifying questions, John, just to make sure this is going to be the right fit for you or not, because I don't know if it's going to be a good fit for you. All right,
Mhm.
John. Sorry, and then you start right away. Hey, John, are you looking for final expense benefit just for yourself or for a spouse as well? I mean, the reason you're asking basically because you want to know if they have a spouse who also need coverage as well, so you can do two policies, right? Why not?
Mhm.
If they say yes, then is your spouse available now? Yeah, he's with me now. Okay, okay, okay. Do you want them to be on the phone call with us? Yeah, you want to make sure you invite them so they can feel comfortable. And then next question I ask, what's my next question? So I say, hey, do you, is this for yourself or is for a spouse? They say yes, it's for myself. And you go straight to the next question. That's me personally. So you tell them straight up, hey, in order for you to get life insurance in the United States, John, you need, remember the word need, you need. It's not like, oh, you need to have an active checking or saving account under your. You're not asking them for the account number. You tell them this is what they need. If they
Mhm.
have to follow with an application, how about you go to the application? The client is really interested in everything, and then you find out, oh, they don't have a bank account at the end. Now what? They only have those prepaid debit card, and most of the time, this carrier
Mhm.
you can't do anything with that, right? Now what? Yeah, Mr. John, you have to open a bank account now, and then probably you're gonna have to follow up, and you never heard from them. So find out if they have a bank account. I mean, because you can't do anything, right? So you ask them, hey, in order for you to get life insurance in the United States, you need to have an active checking or banking or checking or saving account under your name, and also a social security number. This is for Tell them why you need the social security number for, so they don't think, people always think everything's a scam. You need a social security number. This is for and you gotta say it with very serious tone. I'm very serious. And social security number. This is for prescriptions and background checks. Now, do you have all of that with you, John, today? Do you have all of that with you today? Do you have them with you today? Um, yes. I mean, it's either they say yes or no. I mean, if they're gonna lie to you, they're gonna say no, they don't have it. Now you say, okay, that's it. You don't want to continue with this call within 180 seconds. Have a good day. Oh, sorry, sir. Unfortunately, you don't qualify to proceed with this program because you're gonna need that in order for me to continue. So sorry about that. You have a wonderful day, sir. You don't qualify for this program, and you just hang up. Less than usually, I get to like 90 seconds of the call. you know,
Mm-hmm.
you find out those answers, because if they don't, if they say, oh, I don't want to provide my social security number, boom, that's it right here. That's why waste your time. You're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
They're not gonna do
100%.
it. They're not gonna do it. So it's better to find it. It's better to find this objection from the beginning of the call, instead of wasting your time 20, 30, 35 minutes on a call where you could be another call.
Definitely 100%.
It's a numbers game. So so if they say, oh yeah, they're trying to go around the question, right? Why do I need a social security number? No, no. I'm not trying to convince nobody. I told you already why do I need it. Why you keep asking me? So I
Mhm,
told you this is for prescriptions and background checks. Okay, to check
mhm,
you out, make sure everything's okay. But most likely they never say no to me. 99% of the time they say yes, I do have it. And I'd be like,
That's
oh shit,
wonderful. I
this
like
guy.
that. So you
They'd
get
be
them
like,
qualified.
oh, this guy is serious. Asking those questions. It's probably like a legit guy. I mean,
Definitely.
the reason why they feel like sometimes, when you get in the middle of the call, you don't ask those questions from the beginning, and then you ask them, okay, sir, now I'm doing the application. What is your social? Why do you need my social? You're gonna get objections. Now, what do you need my social? Well, sir, because it's required. Why you didn't tell me that it was required in the first place? Da da da. Now it's like
Mhm.
objections, and now you have to find a way to object it. Da da da. It makes the selling like frustrated for
Yeah.
you, and then
You want to set yourself up right so you can connect with the client more so.
more
So you can
so.
ensure that you're talking to somebody and then so once you have them qualified in that sense, how do you go about quoting? Let's say they have a bank account and they're ready to go. What's your technique in like quoting them and giving them the quote without them feeling disappointed if they've fallen within a different range of qualification on the process?
Well,
What do
first
you
of
feel?
all, when I ask the first question, I ask the second questions, and you need to ask them the third question, which is, well, John. So I know you said now you have Social Security. Now they have a Social Security. They have a bank account. They can't.
Mhm,
They say yes, right? So for sure they have that. So we can continue now, John. Now you need to know the budget, what they can afford. Most of the time, the reason why they say they can do it, they're trying to give you some excuses. I'm gonna talk to my wife. I'm gonna do this. Is because they can afford it. It's because of the money. It's always about the money. They can afford it. Whatever you throw at them, they can afford it. They don't want to tell you they can afford it. They tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to my wife about it. Can I call you back?" They can afford it.
mhm,
So you better ask them, "Hey, John, I mean, what would be like a comfortable? You see, a comfortable. What would be like a comfortable monthly budget, just to make sure we get you the highest benefit possible, right? Based on your current needs. Would you say between, like, and just say it in a soft tone. Don't be like too aggressive.
mhm,
I mean, would you say like between $30 to $50 a month, or maybe $50 to $70 a month, or maybe up to $100 a month, just to make sure, we get you the highest benefit possible. Just say,
mhm,
don't say anything. They're gonna tell you. Well, I would say $50 a month and less. Now they feel like kind of like relief when they say that. They say, "Oh, okay, this guy gonna work with me because you're asking
mhm,
me for my budget now. You don't just throw a price at me."
mhm. I like it. Yes.
I mean, that's a psychological thing. I think they're thinking.
Mhm,
They say, "Well, $50. Okay, you mean like $50 or less?" When if they say $50, don't trying to say $50 to 70, because they say $50.
mhm,
Oh, okay, $50 or less, right? Oh, now it's even better. They hear or less. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, good, good. And then you ask them the last question, and this is all during the buffer time. You got to do it quick. if you want to make sure you're
Mhm.
qualified, that we don't want to get charged, right? And then you say, hey, now, John, if I can get you approved today, okay, if I can get you approved, everything goes well. If I can get you approved, so policy must start. I mean, that's me personally. You can say whatever day you want to say because we're all trying to get paid fast. I say policy
Mhm.
must start immediately, up to seven at least up to 7 business days from today. Now, John, is this something you think you'll? Is this something you feel you'll be able to do? It's either they say yes or no. Yeah, I can do it in 3 days. Oh, I can do it today. Or I can do it in 7 days. Or I can do it. Now they start thinking, oh yeah, I'll have the money in the next 25 days. I mean, what makes you think? I mean, if they can do it now, then at least to start the policy, right? If they die tomorrow, now what? They don't have a
Mhm.
policy. 25 days not gonna help you. Me personally, if they can do it in the next 7 days, that's it. I let them go. Sorry. I say, okay, John, when do you think you'll have it? Oh, the next 25. Okay, I'll give you a call in about, I'm not gonna call them back, but I just let them go. That's me. If you want to take the call, continue, go ahead. But I don't want to like schedule any payment up to 20, 25 days. Nobody
Mhm.
want to run that. So if they can have at least the first month of their budget to start the policy at least in a week, I mean, what makes you think they're gonna have the money to keep paying the policy every month?
Good point. That's yeah, definitely a good point for sure.
So I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, maybe nobody gonna have doesn't have
Mhm.
to agree with me, but I mean, if you want to go do it. I mean, there are circumstances where people tell me if I see that I feel like they're really serious, be like, no, no, it's not like I want to have in 7 days, but I'm kind of stuck, and I'm gonna get paid. If I see the very serious, I need this as soon as possible. I'm gonna get in 20 days, I promise. It depends. I can say, oh, okay, what, let me put you on hold for a second. Let me see if my supervisor will allow me to push that a little bit for you. Hold on a second, please. I don't even have to do that, but I have to show them. You see, you can't really get it like that. Let me find out if I can make an exception
Mhm.
and push it for 20 days for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can make one exception here and there, but I'm not going to do it for every call, right?
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
once you do that, it's okay, good. Now, John, today, like I said again, we introduce yourself again. That's after you
Mhm.
ask the question. Now, you're already over your seconds, your buffer time. Now you feel a bit more comfortable because they said yes, they have a bank account, they have the social security number. The reason you ask him then that you want to make sure they're going to provide it to you because you're not going to get any objection when you're doing the application, none, because they're not going to. When you ask for the social, they're just going to give it to you because you already asked them this is what they need from
Mhm.
the beginning of the call. So
Okay, so
you need.
so somebody says, yeah, 50 or less, and you have them, they have their checking account and social. And does United Home Life require their full social? How, as you go through the
I
application?
believe United Home Life, I don't know if they changed things now because I haven't, but United Home Life, basically, when you enter, I think if you enter the last 4 digits, something like that, I don't know if they changed that, they automatically can verify the clients. So it's pretty easy to use, right?
Mhm.
Even easier, right,
So if
with
they
United
say
Home
50
Life.
or less, do you give them a range? You say like, yeah, do you want somewhere between, would you run a quote and see where that range is for them?
Yeah, yeah. So as I'm talking to them, I'm ranging, like usually I do 3 quotes. If they say between $30, $50 a month, I do a quote for 30, I do a quote for 40, I do a quote for $50. I just write them down or put them in my little note. At the end, I give them 3 choices to choose. One for
Okay.
30, one for 40, one for 50. Even though they say $50, what I can do, but I give him one for 30. If it doesn't come exactly 30, let's say it comes like 32, 33, right? Or
Mhm.
maybe 45 or 50, I give him three. I say, okay, which one you want to leave for Sally when your time has come? A check for $3,000, which is this, a check for $5,000, which is this, or a check for $6,000, which is $50 a month. Boom.
Okay. So yeah.
Now because now they know what they can afford. This is what they can afford can give them. Because $50 can give somebody $10,000. $50 for somebody else may give him $6,000. So now when they hear what their budget can give them, they can make a decisions.
Mhm.
I don't choose. I say, okay, which one of those three you want? Ah,
Is
okay, I want the middle one. I want a $43 one for 6,000. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and circle that one, all right? And then yeah. So, but some questions you need to ask them. So, you tell them, "Hey, John, this is the beginning of the call. I'm gonna help you with your application today. I just want to make sure, just want to let you know, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shop around for all the carriers nationwide."
Mhm,
What do you say that? You don't want them to know that you only represent one carrier, so they can go somewhere else and shop around.
mhm.
You want to let them know you have all the carriers, all of them, even though
Fantastic.
it's not true. But
Mhm,
John, I'm gonna go ahead and shop around for all of the carriers nationwide for you. Okay, so today I'm gonna make sure we find your company or program that can not only fit your budget, but I can get you the maximum benefit possible. Of course, John, if you can if you can qualify. Well, John, life insurance, unfortunately, is not meant to be for everybody. Even though you have the budget for it, that doesn't mean you let them know. You create a sense of doubt. Oh man, maybe I can get this. Now this guy telling me, "Oh, I have a budget." Now you're telling me, even though I have the budget, I may not be able to get it. I may not be able to get qualified. Yeah, you may not be able to get qualified. I don't know.
mhm,
And then you tell them you have all the carriers nationwide. So I'm gonna shop around for you. You say that I'm gonna shop around all of the carriers nationwide, and my system is pretty smart, and they're gonna tell me, which program will be a better fit based on your state. They will tell me which program has the best rates right now based on your budget and everything, and that's the one I'm choosing for you. And then you tell them, there are about 64 of them. Just name a few, such as Transamerica, Mutual of Omaha, blah 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 blah.
mhm,
And after you do that, the next question you ask them straight up, you say, "Hey, John, let me ask you this. So would you want to be cremated or buried?" "Ah, I want to be cremated." "Oh, okay, great. Let me look into your state here. You're in Texas, right? Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking in Texas here. What county again? This. Okay. Even though it's bull crap, you're not looking at anything. Yeah, I'm looking in your state here. The average cost for a cremation in your county is around like $3,000 to $5,000. And the reason you're saying that, because when you say everything 3 to 5,000, you got to make sure it's within the budget. That 30, $50
mhm,
they tell you. I see that's with $3 to $5,000. Yeah. So okay. So and why and why you want to be cremated, John? Why? Just asking. Just want to make sure. Well,
mhm,
because of this. Okay. All right. Good. And then make sure you ask them before you ask that. Make sure you ask them why do you want what do you want to have, I mean, what do you want to have life insurance now? I mean, final
mhm,
certain benefit now. Why? Um, if they say, well, because I'm getting old, that's not an answer.
mhm,
Because you're getting old, okay. Oh yeah, because you're getting old. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, but besides getting old, yeah, I know getting old. I mean, you always have to agree with them.
mhm.
I have the script here already typed. If you guys want a copy, I'll send it to you.
Oh, please. Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to have that just available here. And then is it okay for agents to reach out to you that may potentially want to work with you? Can I put a link to a way that they can contact you?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Why not?
cool. Cool, cool. They could probably even get a hold of you in Telegram, possibly as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet, sweet. And what with this, I see it says pay attention right here. Do you have to scroll down for it to accept on this UI? Oh, I
Um,
see. There is a
yeah, so yeah, I
okay.
mean that's when you're gonna, if you accept it, let's say you're writing for 2,000, just an
Mhm,
example, you just click confirm, and then here you are, it's loading, boom, you can start application. Here we go, boom. So it gets you to the e-app, the iGo form, the iPipeline.
mhm.
That's where you do the application, right?
Okay, so it takes you to iPipeline. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they have some resources too on what it looks like for the user. Does it send an e-signature to the person?
Yes.
Is it via text or email?
They send on e-signature. I think they can do it by text also. Like I said, I don't know if they
Hmm.
change things because this carrier is always changing things. Let me check something here. Just gonna type any name, right? Let's see. Find. So Florida. So this is final expense, right? So you just select final expense, right?
I don't think
Pipeline.
I don't think the screen is following. I see a computer with an arrow on it. Is
Error
what
on it. Uh oh. Can you see my screen now?
I think I see it. It just says product final expense in the top, and I have a computer with an arrow in it. It says submit the e-app is what it says.
Oh,
I don't see your mouse. Maybe it's frozen or something.
no, I'm on the next screen now. Hold on. Let me stop sharing and then I'll share again. Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory. Here we go. Can you see it now?
Yep.
So this is the next screen, guys. That's where it's gonna take you. So if you guys write policy on iPipeline already in the past, I mean, you guys already know. Just write the policy and it will step by step. Yeah. When you get to the signature, you either do it by electronic signature or you can do it by text message too.
Okay. It looks like they asked for their full social there, height
Yeah,
and
they ask for the full social. Yeah.
does it? I wonder if they require a driver's license also.
Driver's license. Well, no. If you don't have it, just put no. I don't think so. Now, this is the question here: the address, heights, social security, weight, marital status, U.S. citizen or not, blah blah blah.
And I see
Um,
physician information also in there.
yeah, I mean, if they have a physician, just type the first last name. But it's
Hmm.
not nothing really big than
Okay.
that. And then where it says authorization, signature, and lock, you get to that. I mean, the iPipeline, it works like this for whatever the carrier you're writing business with, right? They all
Okay.
when they use iPipeline, that's how it works, right? Or if you don't want to do it that way, yeah, I don't think you can do it in their application app, so it just takes you directly to the app, to the iGo form, yeah,
Oh, okay.
iPipeline, yeah,
So it's not like they really have a paper app anymore.
right. And then you do the application there, you submit it, you get a decisions. You go step by step, next, next, next. You just ask the question, just go with the flow.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. So
They
they
have,
need a driver's
after
license.
you go the first signature, you see where it says beneficiary, physician information, underwriting questions. It's gonna be step by step. Next page, next
Okay.
page. Policy decision. That's when you get a policy decision, whether or not qualify or not. And then they're gonna give you the premium. Remember, I told you premium can vary, right? It depends on what
Mhm.
bracket to put them under. They have four different bracket, right? And
So we
then
don't know that until the policy decision.
yeah, policy decision, right.
So
When
we
you get
did
the
have
policy decision, that's when you tell them how much. That's when you tell them, hey, based on what I have here, if you want to do this, this is how
a,
much. If you want to do this is how much, right?
so we can kind of estimate before, but we don't know the exact position. So
I would not estimate until the end.
okay, because then the
Do not give him how much they can get for their $30, $40. Do not tell him that in the beginning of the call.
okay, don't give them how much they can get for that, but you'll say I'm going to get you the best bang for your butt
Yeah, for
for
your
your
bet, your
budget,
money.
and we're going
Yep.
to see what you qualify for because
because
we don't even know
because
if you qualify.
right, they don't even qualify, right? Because what they can get for $50, that doesn't mean that's what Sally can get for $50. What
Mm-hmm.
John can get for $50 doesn't mean that's what Sally gonna get for $50. So I'm not gonna tell you.
So basically, you have the agent questions and then the authorization signature
Yes.
and lock. I don't why I wonder what the lock means, but that
Right.
just means that you can't change anything. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. You can change anything unless you unlock it to go back. Right. Once you lock the application, that's it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how do you go back? Like, let's say you lock it, can you unlock it
You
or
can. You
you have to
can.
start over?
You have to actually unlock it so you can actually go back and fix things, whatever you need to
Okay.
fix.
Okay.
Right.
So you can go back and fix things in that sense.
Yeah. In that
And
sense.
because how long is it that you can fix things? Let's say that they say, "Hey, actually I want another beneficiary." would they be able to go, they would have an agent portal at that point that they can handle that on their end, or
Yeah, yeah, they can handle on their hand later on if they want to. They can just call in. Yeah, that's not you.
okay,
I have that. Yeah,
okay. And then the very end is validate and lock as well. So okay, so
right.
you do your agent questions, and then you do the authorization, which is sending them a text for signature. And do they need to sign again at another point in time?
Yeah, at the end.
And then at the end, they also sign again.
Right,
Right.
right. Hold on. I wish I can get to the whole application. If I act like I'm doing, I don't want to put.
I liked how combined it had made it so that you could do a test case. Like it used to be that you could do a mock client that you
Hmm.
could get through, but I'm not sure if iPipeline does that.
Yeah, and then yeah. So and then once your policy become active, you can just come here and see everything here. Your commission, policies in force, everything will show up here. If it's any pending policy,
Hmm.
enforce, you see everything will be here.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for demonstrating and getting kind of opening up what United Health is about and your process and how you don't tell them what their quote is till the end. You first get their budget
Yeah.
information.
So what I do is when they give me the budget, uh, I'm doing the quote as I'm talking to them, see how it's gonna look like
Hmm.
in price range, right? But I don't tell them, hey, the $30 gonna give you $10,000. I don't tell them that, because what about if at the end, after you submit when they get approved, that's not what the $30 give them?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said that I'm supposed to get that for $10,000. Now you tell me it's only 6,000. So
Right.
don't tell them anything yet. Just get the application. Say, hey, I'm gonna see what you're gonna be able to qualify the best to get the highest benefit
Mhm.
possible, and they're gonna let me know how much you can get for that. That's it.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
that's my way of doing it. I mean, everybody may have their own ways, but it works when I do it all the time.
Well, thank you so much, Ricardo. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to show us this, and that's really great. I love your process, and yeah, thank you for showing us this application.
Sure.
Anything else to?
No, I mean, and also, like if you're in the beginning of the call, like after you ask them why they want to be cremated, why they want to be buried, the why. Now you can find out about the beneficiary, of course. Some people may want to ask it, hey, who's gonna be a beneficiary? Yeah, it's good. I mean, I guess you can say that, but everybody using that, right? I'm using this word. So you
Mm,
might want to say it in a different way. Just like I said, so you can ask them, hey, John, let me ask you this, right? So who will be the person responsible, right, for having to go and like, just sit down and meet with the funeral director, with the funeral director and all that. So who will that person? Who will be that person? You know?
right. That
Oh,
makes
that will be my daughter. Oh, okay, okay, your daughter. Okay, what's her
that makes
name?
it very real. It's like who needs
Yeah,
to pick a chief?
picture that in your mind, thinking, oh man, yeah, my daughter gonna have to be sitting down when I pass
Hmm.
away, or my son, my mom, whoever that is.
Hmm.
So who'll be a person? Sometimes they get confused. They say, "What do you mean?" Like I say, "Well, I mean like the person's gonna take care of your funeral costs. That money gonna go
Hmm.
to." Oh yeah, that's gonna be my daughter. Okay, yeah. What's her name? Make sure you ask for their name. Oh, Sally. Okay, Sally. You always wanna ask them for their name, and then make sure you remember that name throughout the call. Yeah, it's my daughter, Rachel. Okay, Rachel. Okay, she live nearby or she live with you now? Oh, she live nearby. Okay, good, good, good. Well, so let me ask you this, right? So if for any reason I cannot get you qualified today, John, if I cannot get you qualified for any of those program, God forbid.
Hmm.
So I mean, will Rachel have to be forced to get a loan and have to pay all the interest and stuff? I mean, what would she do?
Yeah, what's the backup plan?
Yeah, what's the backup plan? Well, yeah, she's probably gonna have to get a loan. I don't know. I don't know the
Mhm.
money. Okay, good, good. Okay, well, I mean, you mean she will have to use? I mean, she really have to do that? I mean, yeah, she will have to do that. Okay, well, John, I have to make sure this doesn't happen to Rachel, right? I mean,
Mhm.
nobody doesn't have to go through the burden of of financial burden, just trying to bury the loved one. So we're gonna make sure I'll do whatever it takes today, John, to make sure we get your highest benefit possible based on your budget, just to make sure we have something in place, okay? So Rachel doesn't have to worry, okay? Yes, okay, good. So what I'm gonna do, John, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the what we call the pre-application process. You don't have to tell them which company you're using. You don't have to tell them nothing. Just use whatever the company using at that time, get in the application. I don't wanna nobody wanna hear, yeah, I'm gonna do a miracle. They've been around for 125 years and they are one of the best leading. Nobody cares. They don't care.
Mhm. Yeah, they just want to know they get that this is taken care of.
Right. So you just say, okay, I'm gonna do like what we call a pre-qualifying question process, just to make sure and to make sure we get you the coverage. See what they say. And I said
Mhm.
what they say because I said, I represent a lot of carriers. I'm gonna put it in the system, and the system gonna see which carrier, whatever the question you gave me, we'll see which carrier match you better, and see what they say. Okay. Okay. Boom. I saw the application. Okay. I have your first name. Da da da. You're da, 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 da. I'm in the application already.
That's
Okay. And then when I need to ask the social security number, I say just to verify your citizenship. What is your social? To verify your citizenship and your prescription background checks, what is your social? You ask them that way because they know you asked them that before in the beginning of the call. You're gonna need that, and you ask that the same exact way, like you promised you're gonna ask them.
hmm
Oh, my social is 147. Da 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 da. Da. Okay, good. Get the address, get the stuff, and do the application, and then whatever the system say to qualify for, at the end, and that's why you pitch. Now you have three options. If they say between $50 to $70, just give him something between $50 to $70. Give him three options to choose.
hmm I love it. I absolutely love it. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, thank you so much. I really love that, and I
Well,
definitely look forward to that written part. And I'll make sure that folks can get in touch with you so that we can yeah, get them dialed in just like you.
yeah, I'm ready to start. I know I've been doing a lot of Medicare sales from last day. I've been too busy. I wasn't doing anything, but yeah, I'm ready to
That's
go back
incredible.
in
You do
action.
Medicare also.
Yeah.
Let's get. I know a lot of people want to do Medicare and final expense, so let's get you.
Absolutely. Starting in January. As a matter of fact, I'm throwing that out there. We're probably gonna have that soon, right? Sean, whoever want to do Medicare as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have that set up
hmm Let's get it.
starting January. Yeah.
We'll have to do another call about Medicare. I really appreciate you showing us this product here. And yeah, let's pick another time if you're open, and we can get more you what you see in Medicare.
Yep. Yes, sir. All
All
right,
right.
guys.
Hey, thanks. All
All
right.